The loudest silence in the world is the one that falls inside a child's empty bedroom. Imagine a city where, suddenly, in a single day, all laughter vanished. Games played on the streets ceased. Only empty beds and uneaten meals remained. It is June 26th, 1284. A colorful procession walks out of the town of Hamelin. 130 children walk as if in a trance behind a mysterious man in motley garb. Their parents are in church. They do not hear the music. They do not see their sons and daughters walking into the heart of a mountain, never to return. This is not a fairy tale by the brothers Grimm. This is a historical record from a town chronicle. What really happened to the children of Hamelin? And who was the man who stole a city's future? Let's go back to the beginning. In the 13th century, Hamelin was a wealthy trading town. But wealth attracts parasites. The city was drowning in a plague. Rats were everywhere, in the granaries, in the cellars, even in infants' cradles. Thousands of them, black, greasy, aggressive. They spread disease and devoured winter stores. The citizens were helpless. Cats fled, poisons failed. Then, at the city gates, he appeared. They called him the Pied Piper because of his strange coat, stitched together from patches of colorful cloth. He looked neither like a warrior nor a hunter. In his hand, he held only a silver flute. He made the mayor a simple offer. I will scour your city of every single rodent for 1,000 guilders. Desperate, the council agreed without hesitation. They didn't know they were signing a deal with the devil. The stranger raised the flute to his lips. As he began to play, the impossible happened. From every hole, from every shadow, the rats emerged. Thousands of small, glowing eyes fixated on the piper. The music hypnotized them. The piper walked toward the river Weser, and they followed him like an obedient army. They marched straight into the freezing water, all of them, down to the very last one. The river current swallowed the plague. Euphoria erupted in Hamelin, but joy quickly turned to greed. When the piper returned for his payment, the mayor laughed in his face. 1,000 guilders for a bit of tune playing? That's sorcery. We will not pay a wizard. The piper did not argue. He did not scream. He simply looked at the councillors with strange eyes that held a deep darkness. He turned on his heel and left the city, whispering a quiet warning. If you will not pay me with gold, you will pay with what you value most. He returned on June 26th, the feast of Saints John and Paul. The adults were gathered in the church for Mass. The streets were empty. The piper once again raised the flute to his lips. But this time the melody was different. It was not the sharp, shrill note meant for vermin. It was sweet, joyful music, promising a land of endless play and candy. The children heard it. They walked out of their homes, 4-year-olds, 10-year-olds, teenagers, boys and girls. They dropped their toys, left doors wide open. They followed the Pied Piper, laughing and dancing. They walked down the street known today as Bungalowsenstrasse, the street without drums. To this day, after 700 years, local law forbids playing music there. In memory of that march, he led them out of the city, towards the great Koppen Hill. What happened at the foot of the mountain? Legends vary, but they all end the same way. It is said the mountainside simply opened up, like a great gate to another world. The piper walked in first, the children followed, and then the rock closed shut. Silence fell. Only 3 survived. One child was blind. He couldn't see where to go. One was deaf. He couldn't hear the music. The third left the house in his shirt and turned back to get dressed. They were the ones who told the parents what happened. But it was too late. The entire hill was dug up. Nothing was found. No tracks. No bodies. Only the echo of music in the wind. 130 hearts stopped beating for this world. The city lost an entire generation. They paid the ultimate price for a broken promise. Historians still debate what really happened in 1284. Was it a plague? A children's crusade? Or perhaps a mass migration to the east led by a charismatic recruiter? However, in the town chronicles, there is an entry dated years later. It has been 100 years since our children left. For the people of Hamelin, this was never a fairy tale. It was a trauma that shaped their history. Remember this when you make promises, because in the world of legends, every debt must be paid. Sometimes with gold, and sometimes with blood. That is all for today on Echoes of Legends. Turn off the lights and sleep well, if you can. If you are brave enough to hear the next story, subscribe to our channel and leave a like to keep the darkness away.